Hello, Dr. Mullen. This is Jane Klein, Director of Client Strategy at Counseling Wise, and I'm here to walk you through your 1 hour Google AdWords assessment. Okay, I'm going to start off with the settings, general. Okay, so what you have here in your settings is, your change history is all over the map, right? You've got tons of different things going on, and I looked at a lot of it, and it seems like people have been playing around so much. But in general, your settings are fine. Your devices, your network, and your budget all look good. The geo-targeting is the problem. So this appears to be, it's much too broad no matter how you slice it. So, you need to, on both of your campaigns, this is not working. So what I would do is I would really encourage you to go in and edit this. So you don't want, this is too big. You really want to get people that really are in the Sarasota area. So I would go in and I would do an advanced, and as you can see, this is a really huge area. I doubt someone, living near Palm Harbor, is going to go all the way to Sarasota. Now, I may be wrong, but I would tend to just focus on Sarasota and maybe do a small radius right around the city. But, if there's a bedroom community that really commutes into Sarasota, that's one thing. But I would exclude a lot of this stuff. So, if you want to exclude, for example, Largo, and I don't know if that would, you just go here and you click exclude, okay? So I'm not going to do any of these changes here because I don't know what you would want. Okay, so your budget is good. It's $10 a day, $25 for couples, and all that. Your budget's actually really good. I was happy to see that, and so. Going over the delivery method's fine too. Your default max bid, yeah, I don't want to do that. Do you want to leave without saying saving changes? Okay, yes, I do. So going over to the delivery method, default max bid of $2 a day is a bit low. You might want to consider upping that. So going over to your ad groups, you've got the $2 a day default max bid. That's pretty good. You might want to consider putting that up a bit, maybe to I don't know, I'd probably go around 350, 390, something like that in the Sarasota area. So your keywords, okay, so yeah, the keywords are they have some problems, but in fact, they have a lot of problems, but your negative keywords are really good. So, good for you, right? This is where most people make huge mistakes. They don't have any negative keywords, so that's good. That's looking great. Let's see. Yeah, let's look at some click-through rates. Yeah, going back to, it's kind of complicated because you have two ad groups when really you should have one ad group and multiple, well, it's hard to describe. Everything is kind of lumped in. They need to be set up differently. Like under hypnosis, for example, I would have a campaign, an ad group called hypnosis, but I would have underneath that I'd have sports hypnosis, smoking, weight loss hypnosis. So that's what I mean by that. But anyway, so your negatives are good. Your click-through rates, for this is super low. Boy, you need to do some serious trimming. Anything above 1.15% is fine. But this is just really, that is not cutting it. And one of the reasons for that is coming up right now. It's your ad copy and your keywords. So the ad copy. So stop smoking, lose weight, and enhance sports performance. So that's fine, except that the problem is that it's all lumped into one, right? So if I'm looking to lose weight, right? Maybe I don't even know that hypnosis works, but if I'm, this is a very, very, that's actually a really, really competitive term, because if you got all the Jenny Craigs in the world, and all these things, they pay a lot of money, man. They're not paying $2. Let me tell you, these people are paying like, $50 a click, because but stop smoking, enhance sports performance. So you really have to split these out, and you only have one ad. Like when I set up a campaign, I'll do like 5 or 6 different ads, and then see which one gets the most click-throughs, right? Since you only have one ad, I can't do any split testing. It's like here you have 2 different ads. So I would do a whole bunch of different ads. One of them is stress related, one stop smoking, and then on your couples, same thing. It's like it's almost you have identical verbiage, so you're not getting any split testing. That's what I would do with the ad copy. And then you don't have any link extensions here, so that for example, if I go into it would be great if underneath this ad, when it came up, how you see those live links, one could say, stop smoking, the next one can say weight loss, the next one can say sports performance, and then you would land on a page that was specifically written for, hypnosis for sports performance, and another page was hypnosis for weight loss, because they're very, very different things. And someone who is, people who are interested in sports performance are not the same demographic as people who want to stop smoking, generally speaking, and same with the weight loss. So really being specific to your audience and really targeting that's important. And then of course you have a link, and it would go to each of these landing pages. So this main one could go to a hypnosis page, but really you should have these broken out and have separate site links. Let's see. Okay, so going down to keywords. And for the keywords thing, I'm going to go back to your couples and talk about that for a minute. I know I go kind of fast here, but your couples keywords, for example, boy, this is really way. See, no, when I do one, I split out. Marriage doesn't go with couples, because couples, a lot of times couples, they aren't even married yet, right? So you have to have a marriage ad, then you have to have an ad group, and then you have a couples ad group. And what's this? Are you a Christian? Do you do Christian counseling? I don't know. Catholic? It's just, what is anger management doing on the couples page? Like, that's way too broad. If you're talking about couples and marriage, you're not really, the anger counseling should not be a keyword in that. It's just, and all this Christian and find a therapist, again, way too broad for couples counseling. You need to, and even premarital, the way I do it is you have to really sculpt it, and it should usually be about 10 keywords, and you have to have the city name in there too. So like Sarasota Couples Therapy, Sarasota Couples Therapist, Sarasota Couples Counseling, but then, and Couples Counseling Sarasota, you have like the concatenations of those terms. But, going on to all of this stuff, Christian, marriage, family, I don't know, and then if I did click on that, it's like Christian counseling, and then you talk about past lives and stuff like that. You're losing people. That's not your target audience. You're confusing them. Okay, let's talk about quality scores. See, I added this attribute so you could see where your quality scores are. Some of these are good, but if something's never had a click on it, get rid of it. Like all of these, I would just prune all of these off. I'd just pause all of them if they've never had any click-throughs, and just keep the ones, that there's like dozens and dozens of them that have never had a click, right? And so just get rid of them and funnel all the energy, to here. So for example, I'd keep this one, because you click on clicks. And then anything below this right here, just ditch everything with a 2 or a 0, and you're going to keep funneling your energy into the stuff that really works, because this brings down your overall quality score. Okay, if you're confusing Google by not really sculpting and targeting and funneling, then Google gets confused and your ads show up in places that they shouldn't, right? So way too many keywords, and I would you also want to anything with a 5 out of 10 or below, you're gonna probably want to get rid of that too, unless it's these are relationship help. I don't know, it's like it's too broad. That's not how that's not best practices. Okay, so the other thing you might want to consider is migrating your past lives off onto another website. And that's, again, because if I see Dr. David Mullen, that sounds like a very traditional, you have a PhD, right? And you're a licensed marriage counselor. I don't want to start talking about past lives. Like, it for better or for worse, it's non-traditional. And your traditional educated doctor is a big advantage for you, and for better or for worse, a lot of people who go there will be turned off by your past life. Now that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do that, but you should offer that on a separate website, because it would be kind of like I go to maybe I want to see an anxiety therapist, then he has something that says I also channel people from the Cro-Magnon age or something. It's like, well, that may or may not be true, but I'm looking for a traditional anxiety doctor, so don't talk to me about channeling, because I don't believe in that. Do you see what I mean? So I'm not trying to be insulting. I'm trying to help you best market your practices. So there's another thing. The ad extensions. You do have ad extensions in terms of, but you have site link extensions, but you don't have any. You don't have your location, and you don't have your call extension. Your location is just your email address, when it should be your your address from. Oh, sorry. Wait. Oh, I take it back. Hang on. No site link extension, but you do have location and phone. Pardon me, I that was mixing it up with a former client. Another client from earlier yesterday. So yeah, you don't have any site link extensions, but you do have location and phone. That's good. Okay, so my recommendations in general are to, you may want to tweak. I would definitely implement these changes that I'm suggesting in terms of your location and things like that. And splitting things out. You may just want to pause these campaigns and start over. If you do, we charge a $799 one-time fee that includes 4 ad groups, separate groups to go to separate different pages, and split testing and adjustments to all the campaigns. If you want to do the changes to your existing campaign, not to do a whole new campaign, it's $120 an hour. And if you just want to do these yourself, then you're more than welcome, of course. And that's kind of where I would suggest going. So I hope this has been helpful, and wish you all the best with your future AdWords campaigns. Thanks so much for listening, Dr. Mullen.